Okay, so we're looking at the last question on section 2.6, which is filling in the proof. So for this one, I'll go through it real quick, and I think for the most part, as long as you start figuring out, or if you start noticing the pattern, the proofs start to get a little bit easier, okay? Now, the first part, reason A, should be relatively easy. This is the given information. It's always given for the first section, okay? Then what's going to happen is in part B, we have to look at what's happening. Now you'll notice in here, okay, you'll notice that I'm subtracting minus 2x from both sides of the equal sign. So since I'm subtracting 2x from both sides of the equal sign, we're actually going to be using the subtraction property of equality. Okay? Subtraction property of equality says if you subtract the same thing, which in our case is 2x from both sides of the equal sign, it still remains equal. Now, the next step is substitution. So what are we substituting? Well, what we're substituting is instead of writing 8x minus 2x, I'm going to write 6x. And then minus 5 tags along equals, and instead of writing 2x plus 1 minus 2x, it's just going to be 1, right? So this is what we have next. Now, I need to, if I'm solving this like an algebra problem, I need to get rid of the minus 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So 6x plus 5 minus 5 plus 5 is equal to 1 plus 5, right? So what I'm doing is I'm using the addition property. I'm adding 5 to both sides of the equal sign to keep my inequality balanced, right? Then using substitution, which again, the pattern is every time you do a property, you do substitution. So then using substitution, instead of writing 1 plus 5, we're going to write 6. And instead of writing 6x minus 5 plus 5, we're just going to write 6x. Then, which property says I can divide both sides by x and it stays equal? Well, that's the division property. I spelled division wrong. Okay, division property. And then finally, the last step we have to do all on our own. But we know that if you have 6x minus 6, that's just x. And if you have 6 divided by 6, that's just 1, right? And so then we end up getting, using substitution, x equals 1, which is our final answer.